Welcome to the theme park rundown. We are on a bonus episode. That's right.
Again.
Another bonus episode. And today, Kurt, we are. Why are we bonusing so quick?
Universal.
Absolutely universal.
So much to talk about.
Now there is a lot to talk about, but first, as we are on bonus episode, and it's a Sunday. This has gone up, so it's before our next one on Tuesday. Can I just mention two things?
Yeah.
Here come the grannies.
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to mention it and just acknowledge the grannies.
It probably would be rude not to.
Good name or bad name?
I don't know enough about Bluey to say,
Yeah,
really.
nor
But
do I.
it is a bit strange
Nice.
when they've already got Gangster Granny, but
And
they're not,
Go Gran.
yeah, although they're not going to have Gangster Granny for much longer, so.
I
so.
mean, the problem is, and I read the comments, and this is very quick, this will be universal, but I read the comments and everyone's like, it's a Bluey ride. They should have just stopped
Yeah,
there.
people are like, they're just going to call it Bluey the Ride, or
so-
Bluey Ride, or
But
Bluey Coaster.
We'll touch that on our 2026 going
Yeah.
forward as well. And then, air race for Creeley.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? Not us. Universal.
Yeah.
Right, let's start with the big news over in Orlando, shall we?
Yeah.
And that is what?
Hollywood Drift.
Hollywood Drift. Now, funnily enough, I've been following the construction of this over in... Where is it? Hollywood.
Hollywood.
It's actually in Hollywood,
in
isn't it?
Hollywood.
Absolutely
Ironically.
stupid. Coming out of my mouth there, I thought, that can't be right. But it is. I've been following this over on Hollywood, and that is one unique ride. I believe
it
it's an
does look
Intamin,
really
isn't it?
good. It is.
Yeah, it is an Intamin. It is one unique ride, and I've seen it kind of going straight, and I've seen it spinning.
Yeah.
And I can't quite get my head around what that's going to feel like.
It's going to be good.
Now, I
I
thought
think it's gonna
that
be
one
really
had a spike. You tell me it doesn't have a spike.
Not that I'm aware of.
Now, the one replacing that we're talking about,
Yeah.
because that one actually isn't open yet, so...
And it's built kind of on a cliff edge, whereas this isn't, so it's
Yeah.
going to definitely be different.
Yeah, and it's just sort of looking... I don't know. It's brave, I would say, to open that ride when you don't know how it's going to be
How the
received.
other one's gone down.
And I will say as well, they are 4 cars long. They're literal cars long. I
Yeah.
think with 4 in each.
Yeah, 4 in
So capacity is going to be as bad as Hagrid's. I'll just throw that one out there now.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why Hagrid's is so poor, is because there's one sidecar. So
But
actually,
although it might take some cues away from Hagrid's and
Well,
balance
it
it
might.
out a little bit.
it might balance it a bit better, because at the moment, arguably, Universal
And then
is a
especially
little
when
bit
you get
lower.
another new ride to Islands of Adventure in the next couple of
Yeah.
years, and it will all balance out, I think.
Yeah, but of course, this is the one we want to talk about. The one Orlando, which has just been announced. They put a teaser out a couple of days before, and
Yeah.
it was really, really obvious what it was going to be.
I think everyone knew.
I think everyone knew, and I think there was an air of disappointment initially.
Yeah, a lot of people were a bit upset it wasn't Ghostbusters. I think that's kind of what most people wanted.
I'm on
few
board.
wanted Back to the Future,
Yeah.
but most, I think, wanted Ghostbusters.
I think Back to the Future is being saved for the UK.
Yeah.
They
Need
make
something new, unique.
Yeah,
They do.
and the problem is they obviously want a Fast and the Furious ride at Orlando,
And they realise no one likes the other one.
and they've realised no one likes the other one, so they've gone with this. But of course, it is got a different layout, which is quite good. You know, when parks open, big franchises open similar rides. I can think of Raptor, that Six Flags, Cedar Point, whatever, that's been cloned everywhere. Batman, in it, Batman cloned everywhere. It's just the same. This one is different.
Yeah.
Which is
it's,
quite
it's
something.
following a lot of the same route of Rip Ride Rocket by the looks of the footers.
Yeah.
As in terms of how long it is, but the station's in a very different place. And that spike is just going to look awesome from City Walk.
It is from a long way out, isn't it? What are we looking about? How big do we think this spike is?
170 foot.
170
3
foot
foot taller than Rip Ride Rocket.
You're telling me Rip Ride Rocket's 170 foot?
167 foot.
No, I'm not buying that.
Wait, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No. Have you checked this fact?
Seriously.
Have you really checked?
Seriously.
No way.
It's 167 foot.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I had a pin
So
that
this
for
will
about 120
this will be the tallest coaster Universal have built in Florida, and the only taller ride that they've got is obviously Doctor Doom's.
What's that, 180, isn't it?
Something along those lines. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I know over there they don't like to build above
Yeah.
200 because they have to stick a light on it.
But I do love the fact that, like, when staying in like the Universal hotels and that before, I love looking out and seeing an iconic big coaster
Yeah.
in the skyline. And you always have Rip Ride Rockets. I'm
Yeah.
glad that we'll have something else that is of height.
Yeah, absolutely. 100.
Yeah, it's 167 foot.
That's actually blown me away, that is. It didn't look it, didn't feel it either, but it was a good length ride, Rip Ride Rocket. I would say that, you know, I know it wasn't everyone's cup of tea, and it wasn't something I would re-ride, but I did quite enjoy riding when I rode it, if that made sense.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad ride.
No, it wasn't a bad ride. It had a good length to it.
Yeah.
It was all right. Off it went into apparently 167 foot high, down into its little thing, and off round the back, and obviously interacting with quite a lot of the area.
Yeah.
Now, this is where the next controversial point comes in. Before we talk more about the coaster and what it could mean, we'll quickly talk about the area.
Yeah.
Now, the area is New York.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, but the area is New York.
But the whole idea, though, of Universal is it's not New York, the area. It's a backlot.
Yes.
New York is the studio.
New York is the fascia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York is the studio, essentially. It's not a whole New York area as such. And also, the last ride had Hollywood in the name.
Well, I mean, this is when I read it, funnily enough, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they're putting Hollywood Drift into this," and it's like, hang on a moment, we've just
Hollywood
closed, and you
Rip Ride
mentioned
Rocket.
it. I'd already seen it, but you mentioned it straight away. We've just closed Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I mean, what's?
I think the reason that people are moaning about that is obviously the Rip Ride Rocket station before was right over just as you come in the park on the left.
Yeah.
This station is going, by the looks of it, to the right of Jimmy Fallon, which is a little bit more New York, as people will call it.
Yeah, potentially, but then is Jimmy Fallon staying?
I mean, it's not going to be there forever. I mean, it's an enjoyable ride, but
Is it?
I can't imagine it'll be
It's
there.
all right. Actually, it's not the worst ride.
Heck of a lot better than Fast and Furious that's
is.
there currently.
It is, yeah. So I don't get offended by this. I don't get offended at all by where the ride is in there. They kind of really don't have themed areas, do they? I mean, I know they got Harry Potter. I know what people will say.
Yeah.
They do have Harry Potter.
But the whole idea of the rest of the park is meant to be sets and studios,
yeah,
isn't it?
sort of Simpsons. But other than that, it is very much, individual, and that's how it's always been built.
Yeah.
So I'm not offended by that.
I'm not offended.
Now, am I offended by it being Fast and Furious?
It means we lose the other one.
Well, yes, so they have announced, it is worth noting at the same time, it's been leaked that the supercharged attraction will close.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I haven't been on it in so many years. I thought it was already shut because I don't ride it. So to me, it's closed already.
I have been on it this year.
Oh,
Not this year, last year now.
that is terrible. Yeah. You've
Yeah,
been
we're
there
re-
this year.
we're ready nearly
If you
the
go
end of
back on
January.
it, if you go back on it in April, though, Jesus Christ.
I will go back on it in April. And I'll try get on it again later in the year before it closes.
What are you doing to yourself? I couldn't. The last 2 years I've been, I can't go on it.
I think
It's so boring.
I think I went
The
on it in
acting
May.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I think I went on it in May. I didn't go on it in September or October because it was a queue line for House.
Yeah, it was a queue line for Chucky.
Yeah.
Year before last when I went, but it's just so bad. I mean, Vin Diesel's bigger than the helicopter at the end, and it's just like, who signed that off? Who signed it off? How did Universal go?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Vin Diesel on that helicopter, he can hang off the bottom of that. I don't like that ride system anyway. I don't like Kong.
Yeah.
I think the ride system isn't very immersive. I think it's really boring, and I'm hoping they don't just convert it to something else. I'm hoping
they might because they
I'm sure that replaced Twister. Or did it not replace
Earthquake.
Twister? Yeah, that one replaced Earthquake. What replaced Twister?
I have no idea.
Someone in the comments, let me know.
I know it replaced Earthquake.
Was it Jimmy Fallon that replaced Twister then? See, I love Twister. It was only like a little walkthrough thing, but it had a beautiful effect. I loved it. Loved Twister. But yeah, they do seem to be flogging a dead horse with this this ride system. I'm sorry, it's just garbage.
Also, as well, if you go for the single rider queue for Fast and Furious Supercharged, I did see earlier that there is, if you look in this cabinets where all the theming is, there's some old Earthquake key rings.
That makes sense.
Like the
That
tags
makes
and
sense
stuff.
of Earthquake. I never got to go on
Cool.
Earthquake.
I've never been down the single rider bit, but it actually is quite well themed.
I don't want to ride it.
quite
I
well
mean,
themed.
it's been walking every time I've gone. I still can't bring myself to walk through it. So the fact that we're getting a good Fast and the Furious ride, because the roller coaster will be good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the feeling's going to be like. I really don't know how much it's going to drift. I know they've tested loads of things. It'd be really interesting to see how they can actually program that, or whether it's a bit more like a spinning coaster. I don't
No, it's
really
powered, it's
understand.
powered.
Yeah, so I guess Intimate, I mean, because I've seen it spinning continuously on the way around. I've seen it not spin. I've seen it spin on a couple of elements. So how Intamin program that and Universal program that in the end is going to be really, really enjoyable. And, you know, There's going to be a pre-show. I just hope the actors in the pre-show actually want to be there.
Yeah, there's going to be a pre-show.
Because, Jesus, I can't.
sure.
Supercharged, oh my God. The first party scene is enough for you to want to get off the bus and not go to the party. So, Supercharged will close.
Yeah. Which makes way for another attraction as well.
I'm just hoping they rip that out and put something else there.
Yeah.
That's
another good thing that comes from that means that we're going to keep Simpsons for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I don't think...
They can't close loads at once.
No, I can't.
Park's not got enough there to do that.
Yeah, I don't think Simpsons is going anywhere. I think it's still popular whether people like it or not.
And obviously people always worry about how long Men in Black has.
I don't
think it's going anywhere anytime soon, but people do worry about it.
I know. Every time I ride Men in Black, I forget how good it is.
Yeah.
It is arguably one of the best
shooting rides
around. Yeah.
But a lot of people do go, oh, how long's it got there?
Yeah.
And I don't think they'd shut it.
I think it could be brought into the modern century. I mean, even the fact they're still using obviously 4x3 screens where it come out. Just so they could get Will Smith to it. I'm sure he would reshoot some scenes and bits for him and just bring it a bit more up to date. But yeah, I don't think that's going I don't, it's the same as E.T., to be honest. It's another ride where it's nostalgic.
It's classic.
You can't see him get rid of it. But I mean, Jaws, people will always say about Jaws and things. So, big news, it's coming. It's coming in 2027.
Yeah.
Now, the other one's going to open this year. I think it's due, people think about April, May time this year. I
assume it'll be fairly similar.
I would guess it will be. But then, we've said in previous episodes, will this depend on what Disney do? Because 2027 is going to see the Americas and maybe Cars, did we think?
No, I don't.
Piston Springs? Yeah, I think Piston Springs is due for 27.
Piston Peak, you mean?
The same thing, just different names. It's because I'm thinking of Radiator Springs over in Hollywood, you see. Just because we're talking about Hollywood, I've got it all mixed up. Piston Peak, Radiator Springs. So Piston Peak, I think, and the Americas. The Americas is definitely due in 27.
Definitely going to have the Americas, whether it opens as one or separately. That's definitely going to open in 2027.
I'm sure there'll be some insider information, whether there should be or not, of what's going to open when. I'm sure Universal will know, but my guess is that they won't want to open it at the same time, but they'll probably want to open it similar. So we kind of think April, May.
I'm hoping more April, because I always
go in May.
I always go at the end of April through into May, or the very beginning of May.
But then you have an annual pass, so there's a good chance if it's around that time, there'll be previews anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was going to say, not getting rid of the pass.
Well, I'm trying to think. They'll probably have the coaster. The tracks arrives on site.
Well, the tracks
some truck. Is it Epic?
Yes.
I'm sure I've seen some at the park. I'm sure I saw a little bit.
There's quite a lot of track over the back of one of the expansion pads at Epic.
Right. Okay.
And also the maintenance shed for the coaster. Has basically been built. Yeah. And the amount of footers is unreal, especially where the spike is now. It's quite obvious where the launch section's going to be and everything. I think people go, oh, that kind of makes sense now.
I think it will be quite easier to build there. I think the Hollywood one, you're right, it's been a bit more tricky to build. They've had to keep paths open around it. I think this one will be a little bit more easier for them to build.
I think the coaster tracks, I mean, it's going to go up quick.
I would think probably by end of April we'll have coaster track up, and I would expect testing around September would be my guess.
Which is good, because I'm going at the end of April, so I should be able to see quite a lot of traffic.
I think you will be able to.
And then hopefully go again September, October. Might see it testing.
You might. I might win it.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavily themed it'll be.
It's difficult to say.
But, I mean, they're always very vague.
I mean, it'll be good.
To be fair, actually, in the UK, we've become quite vague when things are opening. I've always said all along that we always used to open things at the beginning of the season, whereas now we don't. I don't expect anything to open in March anymore. Anything.
No. Bluey looks like it could. Paw Patrol's not going to.
Bluey's the closest, I would say. It looks like it.
Paw Patrol's not going to.
Paw Patrol's
still missing 2 rides.
It's still missing 2 rides and a coaster track.
And obviously, Train's not open till May.
No, so yeah, I think May seems to be the time for Fast and Furious. Now, what I want to bring up is UK, Universal. Now, there was a massive shock that people can't walk through the public footpath anymore, right in the middle of the construction site.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
You were never going to be able to do that.
The same fences.
And they will get a drone order as well. I have no doubt about that. Now, people might be able to zoom in from afar and things, but yeah, when people are taking pictures of fences saying this public footpath is closed with no diversion, I can't see that path ever reopening again. I don't know why they just don't go, this is no longer a public footpath.
And they've really started to crack on down there as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of diggers on site.
Yeah.
Some pads sort of being created. The train station down the road is having a lot of work. I saw that's costing the council like 30 plus million.
I imagine Universal are paying
Oh
for a
yeah,
lot
they
of that.
probably are.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely happening.
It's definitely happening.
Now, the reason why I want to bring them up is obviously we looks like we've got a Back to the Future ride going in.
I think it's quite obvious.
That's what it looks like from the town hall. Well, whilst I, openly admit I didn't spot it at first, pretty obvious when someone pointed it out. That also has a spike.
Yeah. And it's also going to be Intamin, I would have thought.
I would think it's going to be an Intamin. We said that one would be an Intamin, the one over the back might be more of a Mac by the looks of things. That's what we said initially. Now, Back to the Future is well known for its DeLoreans.
Yeah.
So would a drift coaster fit that?
I can't see why not.
Because arguably...
I mean, those trains... I mean, if the coaster is actually going like 288 foot, or whatever it's meant to be going, if it goes that high, they're not the most aerodynamic things to...
The thing is...
To launch that high, that's the only thing, but...
Well, no, but the thing is, it's only got to get to 88 miles an hour. It doesn't have to... everyone's like, well, to go that high, it needs to go 288 foot.
Yeah, it's 200 and something, nearly 300
But
foot,
if they can get that to 88 miles an hour on a straight, cut the limbs so there's a period of no before it goes up, it won't need to go that high.
No. But yeah, it's like nearly 300 that it technically has to go if obviously they get it.
Yeah, I mean, people are just assuming it's going to leave the launch and go up a spike, which clearly is not going to happen. It's going to hit 88.
I mean, it still might be taller than Hyperion.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean,
if I was them, I'd make sure it was.
Yeah.
But, granted, Fort Park would Merlin just turn around and say it's not a full circuit roller coaster, it's a spike anyway. So it doesn't matter what they do.
They're just going to beat it anyway.
They're in no win. But would it make sense for that to be a DeLorean-themed drift coaster?
Work. I mean, I'm sure they already know what it's going to be.
I'm sure they do, because I'm sure this drift coaster, it must be a prototype, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I mean, they might change it if this goes absolutely terribly at Hollywood this year, but they'll already be stuck for Orlando, but they could still change the UK. But it's probably already... It's probably already ordered within.
Well, this is it. I mean, I'd already heard
it might be 4 or 5 years away, but the contract's probably already signed.
I said to you last year, long before any of this was agreed, I told you contracts were signed and who they were signed between. And I got that from insider information, which I'm not going to repeat. But I told Kurt this. I'm not even going to mention the manufacturers. However, it's pretty obvious that we're going to be getting an Intamin something.
I mean, it's very obvious
because they work with Intamin a lot.
Yeah, and that Back to the Future looking one is clearly going to be Intamin, I think. I mean, it could be Mac, but it's not going to be.
No. Do Mac have many spikes? Voltron got one. It's got...
Not necessarily. They don't necessarily have spikes, but they have worked with them in recent years.
Yeah.
And they do launches. I mean...
Yeah.
It wouldn't be anyone else other than those two, I don't think, anyway. But
their launches don't always make it around the track, though, do they? So...
It was testing earlier.
Was it? They got the M2 car.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone knows that...
I'll tell you what, they took longer to remove that train than I think Thorpe did with Hyperion.
Well, it's because of the location. So I don't know. Stardust Racers obviously valleyed. It both managed to valley at the same point.
It managed to make the element after the launch and then valley.
Yeah.
Because it didn't, if it had rolled back onto launch, obviously it would have been fine.
It does seem to be a Mac problem. Now, this happened when they were testing it. The one side, I can't remember which colour it was now, did valley in exactly the same point. And that's when they realised they had no access down there. There was no road, there was no nothing down there. Now, I'm not sure if they built access down there, whether they just assumed it wouldn't happen. Yeah. But watching them both valley at the same point...
Maybe they should add a boost there?
I wonder if they will. I know they're testing it now, but I do wonder whether or not they will.
A lot about Mac in the last couple of years, to be honest.
It does. However, there were gale force winds. It was reported that wind speeds at that height were at 62 miles an hour.
Well, then they shouldn't have sent it.
So the argument will be they shouldn't have sent it.
I think will probably say you shouldn't have sent it.
No, I think low-level speeds were recorded at like 38 miles an hour, and they hit 60 at the point where it would have gone.
Yeah.
But we just thought we'd mention the valley, because we're talking about Universal and Epic. Seeing both valley at the same time.
I'll be fuming if I was going the last 2 days.
El Toro Ryan got that, and I know everyone's just copied it and what's it, but he's got that, and he's really good on things like this. I just watched it and just thought, for one to fail something, for the other one to calculate it wrong. Yeah, interesting. But I think it will be an Intamin, and I have a feeling now it's kind of signature that we're likely to get a drift coaster.
Yeah, I mean,
For
it's
me,
quite likely.
That's what it's signature.
I mean, it would make sense with the DeLorean, as you say.
I think it would look amazing if you sat in an actual DeLorean to shoot off.
I'm assuming the Orlando one's going to have exactly the same training.
I would
class as
imagine
the
it's
other
going to
one.
look exactly the same, yeah.
I mean, we might see them at IAPA later in the year
Yeah.
because we're hoping to go.
Yes.
Well, I want to go.
Oh, we need to remember that, don't we? I need to remember the dates.
It is in London.
It is in London. So, yeah, okay. So that's that part of Universal done.
Yeah.
Now, what else have you got for us?
From which?
Universal.
Epic Universe. If you haven't seen, they're testing new night shows
Oh, are they?
at the fountains. Yeah. Which look really, really good.
Okay.
They've also obviously got 2 new restaurants coming this year.
Have they?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Where?
One's by Helios. They're both in Celestial Park.
Right, okay.
They're both in Celestial Park, and hear me out. I was watching a video the other day. If you haven't noticed, and I will have to look when I next go, at the entrance portal for each area, there are footers on the floor for turnstiles to slot straight into. So the rumour is that they've done 2 new restaurants
Yeah.
and a new light show over the lake. That initially in the plans, they said they'd have evening events where anyone could come in for free just to Celestial Park. And anyone who was in the park already would have to scan again to go into the portals. But they've got the footers there. They're opening 2 new restaurants in Celestial Park and they're doing new night shows. So it kind of does look like that may happen in the near future.
That'd be quite interesting.
But the rumours are from 6 p.m. for 3 or 4 hours. But I see why they're doing a new night show anyway, but it's convenient to then have 2 new restaurants.
But there are 2 rides in
Celestial
Celestial Park.
Yep.
So how does that work?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sure they would figure it out.
All right.
But just
to be
what I
fair,
mentioned that.
Epic has some really good food. I ate at Blue Moon. You didn't go in Blue Moon in the end, did you?
No, so I ate at the steakhouse
Yeah.
in the Dark Universe area.
Yeah, that's right.
That was really good.
Yeah.
And obviously I like the mac and cheese cones over at Arnold Park.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with those.
So we had a couple of snacks, but yeah, we had mainly in the Blue Moon, and that was amazing.
Have you seen?
So impressed.
In the Jurassic Park area or Jurassic World area, there are new mac and cheese cones.
Oh, there?
They come out like yesterday or the day before. They're like
I was very careful. The mac
they're
and
like
cheese
they're like garlic bread cones, and one's carbonara, and one is meatballs.
Oh. it makes me so sad. I mean, over here, why can't we do like a carbonara? Why can't you get a carbonara at any of the blooming...
I have no idea.
I'm just baffled.
I have no idea.
Right, that wasn't what you mentioned to me, though,
What was I
about
mentioned
Universal.
to you?
You mentioned Japan.
Oh, Japan, yes.
Right.
Japan, Pokemon, Japan.
Right, so it's been leaked.
Yeah. That that Universal are working with Pokemon for a new attraction for their park.
Now,
in
this has
Japan.
been rumoured for a while.
Yes. Yeah. But there's been sort of more concrete rumours over the last day.
Yeah.
That they're working with them. A lot of people saying potentially to replace Spider-Man. I don't know enough about Japan to 100% say that.
No.
But just from what I was reading, might be wrong. But either way, they are working with Pokemon. It does say on sort of the leaks that this will spread across to US parks in the near future.
Yeah.
As with, obviously, DC Comics is rumoured to come to US parks in the near future.
Yes. Well, the problem is the rumour comes about this is because obviously Disney own Marvel. They also own Simpsons.
Yep. Although that contract's been extended.
Although that contract's been extended. So
By 2 years.
I don't read too much into DC because I think, isn't it Six Flags run DC? Mm-hmm. I don't think Universal would take that route. I think they would just move away from superheroes completely.
Potentially.
I
But Pokemon.
don't know in Japan where Spider-Man sits. Where it sits in Florida, that's not an easy conversion. That's a whole, that's 3 rides completely wiped out and rethemed. You know, I guess it must be cheaper to negotiate with Disney to keep that than what it would be to shut Hulk, Spider-Man, Doctor Doom, and retheme it.
But DC potentially could obviously work at Epic as a whole new area.
I don't know whether they'd have both. I don't
know if they will do it. But same with Pokemon though, like people saying Lost Continent, it still feels like it would make more sense as its own expansion at Epic Universe.
Yeah.
I don't really see
It depends
how
what
it
they
fits.
can do. Yeah, well, Lost Continent's the space that everyone's talking about because it looks like they're doing something there.
I mean, they're definitely doing something there.
I'm not sure what we'll see.
The rumours are Intamin again, isn't it?
Yeah.
But as a sort of dark ride theatre style.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Which would make sense.
There's more rumours for Epic Universe and a flying broomstick style ride.
Yes.
And that's definitely starting somewhat that expansion pad. So I think it's Harry Potter we're getting first.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what's going to open when. Because I guess they'll do Fast and the Furious. They'll probably do an expansion to Epic. Then it'll probably be... I wonder if we'll get a Lost Continent before we get UK.
Lost Continent has a completion date on the documents of December 2027.
Wow, that's not long. But then again, though,
So that'll open in 2028. So that'll be a year after.
Yeah, they're quite switched on in America, like the followers and things.
Yeah,
But if they're putting a dark ride in there, there's no planning.
Well, that
permission.
building might come down.
Yeah, there's only limited planning permission required. I don't know.
Yeah, hence why it's obviously already got planning permission for Fast and Furious, and we obviously can't see.
Yeah.
No one can see the documents for that.
No.
No one's found that yet.
No.
I mean, it will come to life.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see it at some point.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
There's a lot going on there in the next few years.
Yeah, there is.
They've sort of. It's weird because obviously Disney sort of come out and went, "We're doing this over the next few years," and Universal aren't really saying anything.
They're not.
But they are probably doing as much.
But then they did this with Epic. In fairness, this is the problem.
Yeah.
Now they're opening this new park here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it restricts them, but I think it does restrict them. I think value-wise,
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised if it doesn't over budget here.
Oh, it'll probably over budget.
But
And they're probably over budgeting in Orlando because they're having to keep up with what Disney are doing the next few years.
Well, yeah.
But it's weird how Disney are like, yeah, we're doing this, then this, then this, and people can sort of get rough ideas, but Universal aren't saying anything.
But Disney are quite good at cutting
But
costs.
but they are spending a lot of money, Universal, just quietly getting on with it.
Okay, right. Hollywood Drift then. Let us know what you think of Hollywood Drift. We'd like to know your thoughts and whether or not you think it's possible this drift coaster could well be what we're getting here in the UK.
It's very possible.
I think it's very possible. Right, bonus episode, Universal, Pokemon. Scared me then. That was the air freshener. Smells nice. Pokemon, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious closing as well.
Yeah.
Supercharged closing. A lot happening at Universal, but positive steps.
100%
Replacing
positive
crap
steps.
rides with good rides. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Right, we'll be back on Tuesday with a normal episode in the morning. This was a bonus one. And we start looking forward to 2026 soon as well. So,
Yeah.
keep with us. Keep with us.